Alright, now it's time that we populate this terrain for good. And the first thing to say is that Infinito, when it starts up, it collects and catalog all the props that you have available in your DAZ Studio runtimes. This means that if in this case, in my DAZ Studio installation, I have available the Ultimo Paradiso and Ultimo Paradiso expansion pack products, and well, as you can see, I have in fact all the props listed in here in the content library, and this means that Infinito will allow me to use all of those props, and there are no restrictions or whatsoever. If you have 1, 10, 100 different runtimes installed, you will be able to populate your terrain using all the props that are available in your content library. And in fact, as you can see, Infinito just creates a library tab widget, which is nicely subdivided into the library folders, and each tab in fact contains the props available in the folder. So now I'm going to show you, for example, how easy it is to populate our terrain. I'm just going to click on the coconut tree icon, and for example, I'm going to zoom a bit and I say, okay, I want a coconut tree, maybe too much. I want a coconut tree here. You see, I just click, and Infinito is going to position one coconut tree just where I click. You don't have to move it or guess the proper height, because Infinito is going to do that for you. Wherever you click, you can be assured that the prop will be positioned with a lot of accuracy. The standard behavior when you deploy your props is to follow the terrain normal. So, for example, if I'm going to put a coconut tree here, you see that the prop is perpendicular to the terrain slope. You can change this behavior acting on this slider. You can decide whether you want a totally perpendicular prop, and in that case, if I'm going to click here or here or here, you see that doesn't matter anymore. Infinito is going to drop a coconut tree which aims straight up to the sky. Or you can also choose an intermediate value, and for example, you want the prop to follow the normal, but only at a certain degree, let's say 50% about, and in that case you see that the prop is following the terrain slope. I mean, it's perpendicular to the terrain slope only only by a certain amount, because we are also telling Infinito that we want to also a perpendicular coefficient, and so in this way you can actually populate your terrain in a matter of a few seconds. And as I said, you can be very precise where you want your props to be. And I'm just using only the coconut tree, but you already understood that you can click and use each prop that you have in your library. There are no limitations, as I said. in this version of Infinito, you see that the props are not textured. But of course, when we are going to create, to export this, all this information in a DAZ scene, of course you will get the props as they come with the library. Alright. Okay, I just deleted all the props that I had in my terrain, and I'm going to show you which other methods you can use to populate the area. Just to show you that you can simply point and click, but if you keep your left mouse button click and you move your cursor, Infinito is going to actually deploy a prop following your mouse cursor. This is, as you can see now, I can really go crazy and fill my area in a matter of seconds, just painting objects on my terrain. Alright, so look now. In only a few seconds we were able to fill our terrain with coconut trees. And as I said earlier, each of these coconut trees is perfectly positioned at the proper height. Okay, and there is more that you can do. I'm going to delete all my props. You can also create a full ecosystem. For example, just going to demonstrate this always with my coconut tree. Say you want to cover the whole area with 64 coconut trees. I'm going to type 64 in the eco instances text box right here, and I'm going to choose 100 meter diameter, so that this means that I want these 64 coconut trees deployed all over the area. Of course, if I had 50 brush diameter, I would deploy the coconut trees only on the half of the terrain, on a smaller area. And I said, okay, 100 diameter. And if I shift click, Infinito is going to automatically create and deploy 64 coconut trees in a random distribution. And if I wanted to use a smaller area, 53 meters, okay, let's say 52, okay, always 64 instances. Okay, you see now the area where that Infinito uses is smaller. Is going to discard what exceeds the 25 meters of radius from the center. Of course, I can use this tool again and again. So in this case, as I said, sorry if I repeat myself, but from the point where I click, Infinito is going to populate the area with the diameter of 52 meters, in this case, with 64 instances. And in this case, of course, also these are positioned at the proper height. Alright.